China might ban CSGO, and here's why. So, as many of you know, skins like a caramel Doppler, a butterfly, or a bayonet are very popular in the CSGO community. They look great, and they're also a flex. But as you probably know, CSGO items are also investments. You can easily invest into CSGO skins. All you have to do really is to just get some cash, convert that into Steam balance, and boom. Now you can just go ahead and buy some skins. And one of the interesting things also is that this is possible at any age. You can just be 12 years old and you could already buy yourself a knife without any problems. CSGO items are investments. Many people invest in them, such as big YouTubers, traders, and also famous people like Neymar or even a Saudi prince. But in order to understand the importance of this, we have to go back a bit. If you followed the events in the PC industry during the last 2 or 3 years, you will certainly know what's coming now. GPU shortage. And why GPUs are very strong devices at calculating things. And that's where it's important. This is the reason why this was caused. Crypto. Big cryptocurrencies were mined a lot during the last few years, and Bitcoin was no exception. In fact, back in November 2021, Bitcoin peaked at around $65,000. And that's when the Chinese government intervened. The People's Bank of China decided to ban all cryptocurrencies in order to prevent economic instability and to prevent money laundering. But there's more to it. In China, it's very difficult to invest. Stocks are available there, however, as everyone knows, stocks are not a guaranteed way of getting profit, especially in short term. Even investing into the entire market isn't safe, as we've learned this year. So what else is there to invest in? Now, probably the first thing that will come to your mind is probably going to be properties. As our population grows, it's getting more and more difficult to find a place to live, as it's impossible to generate new landscape just like that in a factory. We have to live with what we have. Therefore, the land that's already ready to be lived on and it's already built on is getting more and more expensive. And also the rest of the land too, land that's just possible where you can build a house on it, for example. But in China, we do not see the same trend. Actually, the complete opposite. In China, the investments in the property sector fell by 8.8% from January to October alone. But why? What we are seeing in China is a so-called housing bubble. The economical term bubble describes a phase in which prices and the worth of things, they just seem to be a lot higher than they actually are. For example, let's say you want to just go ahead and buy yourself a new P250 dune. And you check the Steam market, and then you see that it's at a whopping $25. And you go to the price chart, and then you just see that it's had a rapid growth in price recently. So you decide to invest into some P250 dunes. This growth, however, is most often caused by either one person with a lot of funds available, or by a group of people. Just those people, they just bought every single P250 on the market, or just an enormous amount of them. And because they then have sort of the power over the price, they then decide to set it higher. So in this example, they just decide to put it at $25, even though they all probably paid, 5 pennies, 4 pennies. And this growth is called a bubble. And why, you might ask? Well, the easiest way to kind of imagine it is that it's destined to pop. You see, P250 dunes, they're not rare, which means there are many people that just have them in their inventory and they're just gonna see that they're at a high price and they're now gonna go and offer them on the Steam market. Because everyone also just wants to get rid of them, because everyone wants the profit. They don't care if they get like $1 less or 50 cents less, however. They don't care. So they're gonna go ahead and undercut each other. And this is gonna keep going until the price is gonna be back at 4 pennies. And this will leave the people that invested into those when they were at like 25 or $20, they're just gonna be there with their P250 sand dune, which they've paid around 62,500% of its actual value. So they're basically just getting scammed. And this is why the bubbles are so dangerous for investors. And if you've enjoyed this video so far, please consider investing 2 seconds of your time to subscribe to the channel. It will mean a lot to me, and don't worry, it's not a bubble. Now back to the properties. Because there's an ongoing bubble, people will try to find something different to invest in. And this is where CSGO skins come in handy. CSGO skins have proved themselves as great investments over time, for example the Titan Holo or the iBuyPower Holo, and also other skins just in general, for example knives. But the real problem here is also that Bitcoin and CSGO skins are the same in quite a few aspects. Bitcoin was a great investment. CSGO skins are a great investment. Bitcoin bypasses some restrictions. Depending on the country, CSGO skins do that too, actually. And it's also quite anonymous compared to buying a house. So if you're gonna buy a CSGO skin, Steam is not gonna be there and they're just gonna ask you for your full address, your name, your birth date, and every single information about you, just to give you that one P250 sand dune. Which is, pretty useful. However, it can also be used for money laundering. And with every crash of crypto, we've also seen a huge increase in CSGO skin prices, which basically just means that more and more people, and probably especially Chinese people, are gonna invest in CSGO skins. This will ultimately get the government's attention at some point. We do not know when this is gonna be, if it's already happened, but at some point. But at the moment, we are fine. Currently, there are a lot of protests going on in all of China. People are demanding their leader to step down. They want their leader to resign. So the government will probably have some other things to worry about at the moment. However, if CSGO skins will become just as big as crypto was in China, then there will be consequences. There's a pretty high chance that if this CSGO economy is to get as big as crypto, that China might also buy it too. And this would cause another pop. I'm just gonna call it the pop of the CSGO bubble. As Chinese people switch from investing into crypto to investing into CSGO after its ban, we will see something similar to what happened to crypto after its ban. Chinese people will begin selling their items on Buff 163, which is basically the marketplace for a lot of Chinese people, but it's also accessible from all over the world if you do it correctly. And then there's gonna be the same story again as with the P250 sand dunes. They're gonna go ahead and undercut each other because they just want the money. And this is gonna keep going until the prices are gonna go down a lot on Buff 163. And then we will see other people from Europe, from the US, or from wherever in the world. You were just gonna see them also hop onto Buff 163 and buy those skins. Why? Because maybe then there's a skin on there for like 1.2k. However, if you go ahead and sell it on, I don't know, Skinport, Skinburn, or something like that, then they're gonna be able to sell it for 1.6k, which is basically a money loop for them. And you probably see where this is going. They're just gonna keep on buying those for 1.2k, and then they're gonna sell those to the other sides for profit. And they're also gonna undercut each other because, same story again, they just want the money. Of course, because like, you wouldn't care if you're either gonna get $400 profit or $398 profit. And this is just gonna keep going until both prices are at the same level. And this level, it could be anywhere. It could basically go on each other forever until we just hit the bottom. Now, all of this is very theoretical. Surely it's not impossible, however, it's not guaranteed to happen either. You might be able to just escape that pop, or it just might not happen. And so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.